How's it going, guys, and welcome back to Arcano. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build some little things that will spice up your builds. We've got a little well, a little flagpole, a nice cool little staircase, a nice way to decorate your backgrounds and interior, and a cool little archway design. So the first build we're going to be doing is this little well, and honestly I think it's quite a nice little build. So we're going to get all these items and we're going to head up to the top. This build isn't really that complicated and it's quite simple. So what we're going to do, we're going to organize our paints and we're going to get some green slab wall. Alright, so this looks pretty cool, but I don't really like this. So let's just get our hammer and let's get rid of it and let's place it again and see if it has a different one. That looks much better. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get some brown painted boreal wood platform and we're going to place it just along the top here. But it's quite high at the moment, so what we're going to do is we're going to hammer it 3 times and it'll give it a nice lower effect, and it kind of looks like a bench now. So if you want us to have like a little bench, there you go. Then next what we're going to do, we're going to go up by 4 in the middle-ish of the build with little bits of wooden fence. Up by 4. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get some platforms. What we're going to start off with is some boreal wood platform, and then what we'll do is we will get ourselves a few, actually just one little bit of brass shelf. Then we'll get 2 honey platforms. Once we've done this, we will get some brown painted spooky wood and we will place it along the side and along the top. So then what we're going to do is we're going to get some, nope, not brown painted wrought iron fence. We're going to get ourselves some regular wrought iron fence, unpainted. So let's place that back. There we go. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get some brown painted rope. We're going to place 1 just there, and then we'll get ourselves a white painted blue dynasty shingle. But as you can see, it's quite hard because we can't walk through it. So what we'll do is we'll get some actuators and an actuation rod, and then we will be able to just bleep blop bloop and we can walk through it, and it'll also make the honey platforms less bright. So that's pretty cool. And now what we're going to do is we will actuate it using an actuation rod. Bleep blop bloop. There we go, perfect. And that is the build finished. I think it looks quite nice. Now let's move on to the next build. This build is even easier than the last build, and it's a flagpole. So here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a boreal wood lamp, ebonwood brick, palladium column, some brass shelf, some palm wood fence, wrought iron fence, red banners, or whatever banner you want, and some grey paint. So we're going to take all this, we're going to arrange our inventory just a little bit so that we can actually start building a lot easier. Now what we're going to do is I need to get some wires because I don't exactly have any, and we're going to be needing to turn off the weird lamp. So we're going to place a lamp down wherever you want, but first of all we want to paint it grey. Bloop. Now what we're going to want is we're going to want to get out our wires and we're going to place it down, but I don't actually have a switch. So 1 second, let me just bleep bloop blibbity bloop bloop. There it is. We'll plonk that down just there. Then we'll get our grand design and I am going to place down some wires and flick. There we go. Now the lamp is off. What we'll do is we will get some palm wood fence painted grey and we'll just go up quite a few blocks. You can go up however high you want, and then it'll look cool. So now we're going to turn off our paint sprayer and we're going to use some brass shelf just along here, 5 blocks out. Then what we'll do is we'll get our hammer and we'll hammer this one 2 times and hammer this one once, and it gives a cool little effect there. Then we can hang our banners off of it and that looks really nice. Then what we're going to get is some grey paint, but first wrought iron fence in the middle. That's optional, but I think it adds a little bit more flair to it. Oops, I need to paint that. 1 second. Loop. And let's get that back. There we go. So now what we'll do is we will get ourselves some ebonstone brick painted grey and some palladium column. The reason I'm using palladium column, because if you hammer it like this, it has like that slope effect, which looks really nice. And there you have it, the finished build. Alright, let's go to the next one now. Now it's time for the staircase. And ooh, this music's quite fitting. So what we're going to be doing, and yes, as you can see, we are using some rails. And as you can see, we can walk through it if we hold down, and that's because I've actuated the blocks in the background. Just so you know, all paint in this is optional, but I like to use the stone because it gives it a bit more of a rugged effect. So what you see here is all of the items I'm going to be using. We're going to take these, and there isn't actually that many items that we do use in this, but everything is painted grey. Except for like the stone, I guess, you could leave that. What we're going to do is go 1, and then 1, 2, then 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what we're going to do is place some brass shelf. You can use any platform, but I like the look of brass shelf. And we're going to hammer it once each. Then what we'll do is we will hammer all of the into slopes. And we'll hammer it twice, except for the last one, which is 3 evidently. And then you can see it gives a nice little slope. And you can still run down it, which is not what we want. So then what we're going to do is we are going to... Oh, I'm just going to weather it because I think it looks quite nice. But then what we'll do is we will actuate some of them. So first of all, what we need to do is get some actuators because I forgot to put them in the chest. But yeah, let's just get some actuators and yeetus, deletus. Let's do this. So 4, 3, 2, 1. And now let's get our actuation rod, control and zoop. As you can see, it is quite dark, so I'm just going to get some white paint and let's fix that up. There we go, and bleep, bloop, blibbidiblim, there we go. So now what we're going to do is we are going to not paint that. We'll paint that back to grey. And then what we'll do is we will get out all of our fences, which is 1. So let's get these. We're going to go up 3 on either side. But remember, you can do whatever height you want. I like 3. It just has like a very nice look. And then we're going to get some rails. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But as you can see, it kind of has that weird thing. So if you hammer it once on each side, it'll look great. So yeah, that's the finished build. Let's go on to the next one. So this build is quite a big build, meaning it takes a long time for you to actually make it. It looks really nice though. And what you're going to need is you're going to need some glass, rich mahogany wood, wood, ebon wood, and spooky wood. You can use any 4 different types of wood you want, but if you want this effect, you'll need those 4? Whatever. But yeah, these are the other materials you're going to need. I am going to speed this clip up because it's a 20-minute clip of me just building this. So what you guys are going to see is not as quick as this, but seeing this is a very long build, if you want me guys to do a separate tutorial on this build, then just tell me in the comments. So yeah, let's get into the time lapse. So yeah, I just accidentally blew up the build, but luckily I've just rebuilt it again. And as you can see here, I just need to place in the bookshelf and the book. And that is pretty much the build finished. If there's anything else you guys want me to do with this build, if you want me to do another tutorial just like a build like this, or maybe a mega build, just comment down below. And for this final build, what we've got is a nice little archway that you can see here. So the things you're going to need for this are green silly balloon, or any silly balloon really, And let's take all this, and you also need a teleporter of course, and any backgrounds that you really want. So we're going to start by placing down some of our silly balloons. So we're going to go up, and then down again, and then back up. And you can see that silly balloon leaves this really nice little curve effect. And if you place the teleporter down below, it looks really nice. If you want, you can go into T-Edit and you can crop out some of the teleporter. So instead of having it 3 wide, you can have it 2 wide. 2 wide does look much better though. So now what we're going to do, we're going to actuate all of these blocks so we can walk through them. Also we use shadow paint, so it kind of looks like there's like a distant background in there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to place down some walls. I am using green tile wall and ebonwood wall. I say green tile, it's actually green slab. I'm a little bit silly. And now we're going to go up with ebonwood, and we're going to go down again, and I went over by a little bit then, but that's fine. Then what we'll do is we will fill it in because I'm clever, and then I completely forgot to get some other paint, so let me get brown and white paint, no, grey paint. I'm a little bit clever again. So now let's paint this bottom bit here with grey, and then let's paint the top here with some brown. And then you're pretty much done. All you have to do now, I'm a silly sausage, I'm using a regular paint thing. So then all you have to do is paint some of the background walls, only 3 of them, well, no, 4 or 2. I think it's 4 of them, like this. So boom, 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 like that. And then you get like this really nice archway. Now you can hook this up to anything you want. I'm just going to make it a little shorter because it looks much better. But you can hook it up to pretty much anything you want, and you can make a really cool looking archway travelling system thingy. So yeah, so anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you have enjoyed this little build suggestions video, make sure that you do go and like, and if you want to, you can subscribe. Make sure that you do go and subscribe to Prism and Decima66, because if it wasn't for them, this channel wouldn't be here right now. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.